Hello, Alex here from Swoosh English. Now I want to take you back 10, 20, even 30 years, okay? And I want you to imagine that you're at secondary school, you're in your English lesson, and you feel like your English teacher is just really preaching the same thing again and again. You must proofread. You must proofread your work all the time. Always leave time for proofreading. Was that something that you heard again and again from your English teacher? Because I'm sure many of you right now have had that drilled into you ever since you were at high school, secondary school, whatever you call it. And I know that I myself had this all the time from my English teacher, and it got a bit annoying because they said it all the time. The different English teachers I had going up all the way from beginning high school all the way to end of high school. And it's that basic advice that you want to ignore, you don't want to take it on board, and you just say, yeah, forget, I know about proofreading, I've had my English teachers tell me that for many, many years, but what I really, really want to know is, what's this special technique, what's this amazing trick, what's the secrets to passing the OET exam? Because that's what people want. I know myself, when I'm learning something new, and I'm constantly learning new things. I'm learning Spanish right now. I'm still a beginner, so I still need to improve those things. But that kind of preaching and that kind of basic advice is something that we just want to ignore. We think that's not what's going to get us the grade B in OET writing. We think that it's going to be this special techniques, this special skill, this secret trick that only a few people know, and they're keeping it safe and protecting it from everyone else. And that couldn't be further from the truth. A lot of coaches, a lot of professional teachers out there, the gurus, they are the people who tell you to work on the fundamentals. So when we talk about the fundamentals, we're talking about the basics. Work on the basics, have that foundation in place. And I would absolutely tell you that proofreading is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, a basic fundamental component of getting a grade B in OET writing. And a lot of people, when I speak to them after their OET writing exam, I say to them, did you take on that advice that my OET UK teachers and I gave you? Did you proofread? And many of them say no, they didn't. They didn't have time. They had the achy wrist syndrome, which I've talked about in previous videos, where they just wrote for the whole 40 minutes of the 45 minutes that you get for OET writing. You shouldn't be doing this. If you've got achy wrist syndrome at the end of your exam, it probably means that you didn't include some of the fundamentals. You didn't strategize what you were supposed to do for, at the beginning, the middle, and at the end. And the end is really where you should be proofreading. Of course, you can proofread throughout your whole letter. For example, if you want to, after you've written your first paragraph, just have a quick scan of that, check if there's any grammatical mistakes, see if you've repeated words again and again, because you need to be varying your language. All these things, is there an extra sentence that you could cross out and delete because you've said, you repeated the information twice? Because remember, you've got 180 to 200 words. It's only a small amount of it's only a small amount of wording that you really should be writing. You shouldn't be writing a huge amount over 200, and you shouldn't be writing way less than 180. But of course, as I've said in previous videos, that's just a guide, so don't become obsessed with that. But proofreading, you should be leaving yourself definitely a few minutes at the end of your 40 minutes writing, where you go over from beginning to end. And I know a lot of people don't want to do that, and I know it's not a sexy thing to do, to proofread your work, but it's so vital if you want to get that grade B. And a lot of people who are getting C's and C pluses, they are not proofreading. So please leave yourself a few minutes at the end. Comment on this video and let me know, do you proofread? So say, yes, I proofread below, or say, no, I don't proofread, but I will start to proofread after watching this video. I don't want you to just watch these videos and take in the information but not do anything about it. I want you to put this into action when you are next writing your letters. So hopefully this video was helpful to you today. Let me know if you've got any questions. We've got a huge announcement that's coming on Wednesday, which is today. UK time. It's going to be at 3:30 p.m. That's where we've got our free Facebook Live session, and we were originally going to do it about OET Reading 2.0, but we've decided, because so many people have got their examination next week, we've decided to do an OET Writing question and answer session for you, where you can bring any of the questions that you might have. So list all of your questions out from 1 to 20, however many questions you've got. Bring those along to the session. It's completely free. We're going to be myself and our UK native OET teacher, Fiona. She's going to be coming along. So you're going to have 2 UK native OET teachers answering your questions all about writing. We know that this is one of the biggest difficulties that students have got in achieving a grade B. So I look forward to welcoming you along. Not only will you learn a lot about OET writing, you'll have your questions answered, but you'll find out what the big announcement is as to how we can help you next week if you've got your exam, help you to get that grade B, and we can dive really, really deep into all the fundamentals, all the basics that lay the foundation for getting a grade B. So not just proofreading, but lots of other components too. So if you don't have an OET native English speaking teacher right now who's helping you, and you need that last minute support, then come along tomorrow, so I should say today, come along today to the free Facebook Live session, and we will help you as much as we can. And if for any other further information about how we can help you, go to swooshenglish.com.